And we welcome you to Manheim Township High School for another night of LLHoops.com. Bringing you live action here tonight. Tonight we have the Hempfield Black Knights 4-9, 3-3 in the LL Section 1 against the host Manheim Township Blue Streaks, 7-6 overall, fighting for their District 3 6A playoff life. They're 2-4 in LL Section 1. Eric Thomas, Warren Goodling with you here tonight. And Coach, this is a game where these two teams have yet to kind of figure it out consistently all season long. Let's start first with Manheim Township, the home team. They're 7-6 right now. They sit 15th in the District 3 6A power rankings. They do have a mountain to climb. There's a lot of room in front of them if they can start getting on a hot streak here again. They were on a hot streak about a month ago and then have sort of cooled off here of late. This is a big game for them right now as they sit just a game over 500.
Well, they had a big win on Wednesday night against Northeastern, who has a good reputation in York County. So they're hoping to carry that momentum into tonight's game with their rival Hempfield.
Yeah, certainly are. I mean, this is a Manheim team that, as we mentioned, they've been up and down the last couple of months. They won the State College tournament over Christmas. They beat Free Charter, and they beat State College in that game. They come back. They lose a tough game to McCaskey. We'll talk about McCaskey as the night goes on here because you said a couple weeks ago when we got together for our first broadcast, you think that they are the X factor in this whole section. So far, that's been proven to be correct. And then they come back the other night against Northeastern and have a pretty good game, too. So a little streaky, no pun intended here for Manheim, but if they're going to do something now with these upcoming games, tonight, Penn Manor coming up, Cedar Crest coming up, McCaskey coming up, Cedar Crest, and Hempfield we mentioned. I mean, this is where it's going to have to start for them. If they're going to get on a hot streak here and make a run towards this District 3 tournament, it has to start right here tonight. Yeah,
they have to do it in the section now. They're 2-4 in the section. They need to turn that record around to make the district playoffs.
For Hempfield, they're 4-9 overall. They're 3-3. Danny Walk in his 10th season. It's been, again, an up-and-down season for them. They currently sit 20th in the power rankings. If you're unfamiliar with how District 3 does it now with 6 classifications, they only take 12 teams in the tournament, so they have a big, big mountain to climb, much bigger than what Manheim Township does. 9-time league champion. Obviously, Danny Walk's got his work cut out for him, though, if they're going to make a run themselves.
Yeah, they've had some injuries that have messed up, toyed with their chemistry a little bit. They have some guys back now. They're trying to get that together. In recent games, they've played some really good parts of games. They need to put a whole game together to win tonight. Yeah,
they certainly do. They've got the pieces, though. We're going to see a guy in Ryan Hilton who's played pretty well the entire season.
He's a really good player. He's played last year varsity as a sophomore. He started towards the end of the season. And he's starting to get his feel now of where he fits in on this group.
Let's look at both sides here. One player, we'll start with Hempfield first. We mentioned Hilton, but is there anybody else in this team that they're going to need to step up here tonight if they're going to spring this upset?
Well, I think Connor Axe is a guy that can make perimeter shots. And what happens now with Connor being a perimeter shooter, Township knows that, so they're going to get out on him. That might open it up inside for Dan Sears.
Dan Sears is a guy at 4.5 points a game. He's their big at 6'4". For Manheim Township, Zach Oldick has been playing phenomenal basketball the last couple of weeks. I mean, he's got a 35-point game, a 28-point game. We saw this team earlier in the season when they tipped things off against Warwick, and that was after Seth Miller had his big blow-up game down at Exeter. He has been a little quiet since. Who's the X factor for Manheim tonight?
Well, I think Mickey Stokes is a guy that's made a lot of improvement getting out of football and now getting his basketball legs. I think he's another guy that can score a lot of different ways. So I think he's been real good for them. And Zach Hartz has done a nice job too.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll introduce them to you here. Hempfield first, the visiting team. We mentioned 4-9. They're 3-3 in LL1. They're going to start a backcourt of Will Hessinger, 6-foot senior. He's averaging just under 3 points a game. Ryan Hilton, we mentioned, under 12 a game. He's hit 21 three-pointers this season. He's been in double figures in 9 of 13 games, including 4 of the last 5. Oddly enough about Hilton, Hempfield does not have a player in the top 25 in scoring in LL. Hilton is the highest rated guy at 28, so their balance has been the key for this offense when it's worked.
Yeah, and they'll play a slower pace. They'll pass the ball around a little bit, so they do not get as many shot opportunities as most of the other players do in the league.
You mentioned Connor Axe, 6'1 senior, 7 points a game. He also has hit 21 threes. Connor Elsinger is the 6'3 forward, 7 points a game. And Daniel Sears, the big, at 4.5 points a game. He's been in double figures twice this season high at 12 points. For Manheim Township, their starting 5 has been more consistent throughout the season. Dan Engel and Seth Miller in the backcourt. Miller, we mentioned, had that big game against Exeter, 26 points. Engel had a season-high 9 in the opener against Hazleton. He's been above 4 points just once since that point. They're going to need him, obviously, tonight if their offense is going to go too.
This is going to be a little bit of chess match. Hempfield's going to try to control the Temple. Township would like to get up and down a little bit.
Starting 5 rounding it out for Manheim Township. Zach Oldock, 9 of 13 games. He scored in double figures this season. He's averaging 14 points a game. Ben Mann, who we didn't see against Warwick a couple of weeks ago, he was on a recruiting visit to Yale where he's going to play his college football. He's been a big factor in the middle for Manheim Township. And then Mickey Stokes, the guy that you mentioned, the 6'4" senior forward, averaging just under 10 points a game. He's been in double figures in 6 of 13 games this season. He had a season-high 20 against Lebanon earlier this week. So a good balanced starting 5 for Manheim Township. This ought to be a pretty interesting game, and we're going to bring it to you here coming up here in moments as we're going to take time here for the national anthem, and then we will tip things off from Manheim Township High School. You're watching live high school basketball coverage on LLHoops.com.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the red and the green and
All right, our national anthem, and we're just about set for tip-off here tonight between Hempfield and Manheim Township. And as we mentioned, uphill climb for both these two teams as we get into the latter stages of the 2019-20 season. Cedar Crest is still in first place in Section 1. They're a perfect 6-0 in the Section, 11-1 overall. Lost a peculiar loss to Lower Dauphin a week ago at the Rhodes Classic at Lebanon Valley College. You got McCaskey at 4-1. They had a big win last night over Coatesville. They're 6-4 overall. Hempfield at 4-9 is 3-3 in the league, so they're in third place. Penn Manor at 2-3 is in fourth. And in the basement right now, despite being over 500, it is Manheim Township. Manheim's in the white, Hempfield in the black. And we'll start things out here with Township in possession.
Yeah, they probably want to know if the arrow, what we do with the arrow on this call. Because they said the ball went out of bounds on Hempfield.
So no actual possession yet.
Right, so are they going to, the arrow has to go one way or the other. So for the next jump ball, it will go to.
Matt John's getting that explanation right now, I believe.
Well,
we'll see.
They
switched it.
Okay, yeah, the next jump ball, it will go to Hempfield.
Yep. So Township will have the opening possession of the night. This is Hartz who has it.
Right, Hempfield in a man-to-man. Township working man on the low post, trying to get the ball inside to him.
Hartz actually gets the nod over Dan Engel tonight, so a late switch by Matt Johns, as he had Engel listed initially as his starter, and then Hartz is out there. Stokes fires a 3 to open things here, and that one's off the mark. Good look down the floor, and then right away the jumper on the baseline by Elsinger is good, and it's 3-0 Hempfield.
And that was good to see. Hessinger took a couple dribbles, found the open man in the corner, and Elslager, he can make that shot. He knocked it down.
And now the corner, there's Miller. They would love to get him going, and he answers right back with a 3 of his own. That is the guy. We said this when we saw Warwick and Township a few weeks ago. That's the guy that, if he could play consistently, would give them that scoring punch from the guard spot.
halfway through his sophomore year, so now it's time for him to play like a junior. Hempfield in their 5-out offense. They'll do a lot of ball reversals. They'll do some down screens, and they'll do basket cuts.
Axe with it. We mentioned the 2 3-point shooters are Hilton and Axe on this team. Hilton has it now.
And they're very comfortable playing this way, and they'll make Township stay disciplined on defense.
And an offensive foul on Hempfield, so that'll be team foul number 1. And that's on Will Hessinger, his first. I think this is one of those games where the records might not indicate it, but I think you're still going to see a lot of that rivalry between these two teams.
There's nothing about records when these two teams play, believe me.
Man inside, working on Sears. Nice strong move to the bucket, and Ben Mann scores.
Now that was a strength move right there. He took the step to the baseline side, and it's going to be interesting to see if Township keeps going in there, because that was a really nice one-on-one move.
A man who was named All-State by the Pennsylvania Football News, axed the jumper off the mark, controlled by Township. He was the only Manheim Township player recognized on either All-State football team, despite Township going 11-1, as Oldak bangs in the paint, can't connect, and Axe will pull down the rebound for Hempfield.
Well, that was a really good defense by Ryan Hilton. He's given up some size to Odak, but he used his strength and quickness to keep him from getting a layup at the basket and force a poor shot.
And good ball movement here by Hempfield.
Yeah, they'll have good ball movement. They'll do that, and everybody will touch it. Township has to be disciplined on defense.
Axe the pull up, no. Stokes and Sears battling underneath for the ball. Jump ball, the arrow is going to favor Hempfield here with 5:12 to go in the opening quarter.
And Sears can give them that muscle inside to counteract man, and that was a good offensive rebound by Daniel Sears.
And he won't score a whole lot for Hempfield, but he has been a big factor in their wins this season. He's got it now off the inbound, and man standing his ground there. Really a nice defensive play to tip that out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Black Knights.
Yeah, you can see Township is trying to put a little pressure on the ball and try to deny some passes so they can speed the tempo of the game up.
Hessinger. They work the ball in the corner again. There's Elsinger again. His jumper on the way is good. His second 3 of the night.
Well, he got the ball. He squared up. His footwork was great. No dribble. Made the shot.
Holdock gets a touch inside finally.
See, and there again, I thought Hilton did a nice job of keeping him from a point-blank layup.
Elsinger now on the baseline. He'll kick it back out to Hilton.
Odak has the size advantage, but Hilton twice down there has hung in there very well.
Under 4.5 to go here in the opening quarter. It's a 1-point lead for Hempfield. Section 1 clash here tonight at Manheim Township High School. Post move by Sears to the bucket, and he's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, nice job of just coming right back to the middle using his strong hand. And that's what you need to see out of Daniel Sears to give them a little inside action to free up their shooters.
It's a 3-point lead for Hempfield here. Danny Walk has not sat down since this game started. He's working that sideline. He is coaching every second here this first quarter. Hart's little floater. That was tipped out of bounds by Mann, so to go back to Hempfield with 3:43 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, real nice half-court defense by the Black Knights. And that's what Danny's coaching. He's coaching that.
These two teams love to shoot the 3. They've combined for 144 threes made this season. Only 3 so far here in the opening couple of minutes. But they will love to chuck it here if they get the opportunity.
And both teams are guarding the 3 at this point, other than Elslager froze his man a couple times to get an open shot.
Hessinger now. Skip pass across to Sears, 1-touch pass into the corner. And they get it back up top now to Elsinger, and there's a good defensive play by Township there to tip away that entry pass. Hartz. Oldrock kept that alive. He'll drive. Strong move to the bucket, no. On his own board, reverse pivot, and he is fouled. So Oldrock will go to the line to shoot 2 with 2:52 to play here in the first quarter. And that'll be the second team foul on Hempfield. And that's on Ryan Hilton. That's his first.
Odak, who can make three-point shots, is looking to go inside tonight.
68% free throw shooter on the season, and that rims out. This is a Manheim team that has not shot from the charity stripe well all season, just 62%. Oldrock's second is good for his first points of the night. 8-6, Hempfield in front. We're under 3 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, Township's shooting about 62% on the year from the foul line, and Hempfield's shooting 60%. So that's a little bit low for both teams, so it could be an adventure from the foul line tonight.
Alsinger now. Sears and those two play pitch and catch. Hessinger will get a touch now. We're down to 2:25 to go here in the first. Well played first quarter. A couple of fouls, a couple of lead changes, and it's about what we expected here as we close in on the 2-minute mark. Sears, not sure if he knew where he was on the floor. His Axe will get a good look at it. No good. Rebound Miller. Odak. Pass to Stokes. Stokes is hammered that time by Sears, but we'll see who the foul's on. That'll be the third team foul on Hempfield here in the first. That'll be on Sears. That's his first. Stokes the line to shoot 2. He's 61% this season. It's the front end.
Yeah, so Township in this first quarter, what I've noticed is that they're really trying to get the ball inside. That's 3 players now that have made strong attempts to score in the paint. So I think that's part of the game plan, to get the ball inside and score.
Tied up here at 8. Stokes makes both. Bucking that trend of a shaky free throw shooting team there that time by Mickey Stokes. Hessinger now. So we're down to 1:45 to go here in the first. We're tied at 8. Good night for basketball here in Manheim Township as that pass out of bounds. Hessinger just out of his reach. It'll go back to Township here with 1:36 to go in the quarter.
Well, that was a little set play by Hempfield, and Township trapped the ball screen and forced a turnover.
90 seconds. Now inside of 90 seconds. We'll be back here, by the way, next month. Cannot wait for the LL Finals. We'll have them here for you at LLHoops.com. That is going to be a blast, and we'll talk more about that coming up at halftime as Oldrock drives to the bucket, and he is fouled, and we'll go to the line for the three-point opportunity. 4th team foul on Hempfield here in the first.
Well, see, that time Odak took advantage of the matchup that time. He had a little bit, was able to use his quickness to get by the defender that time because Hilton was not on him that possession.
Oldrock's free throw is good. He is 2 for 3 at the line so far. It's a 3-point lead for Township. We approach 1 minute to go here. Hessinger.
Township tried to trap. They're going to leave somebody open.
A head fake that time by Hilton to the rack. No good. Good defense that time by Mann.
Well, Mann made the play that time. I mean,
Oldrock drives again. A little too aggressive that time. You know, Mann's not going to score a lot for you, but his impact on this team is you need to have that guy that'll do the dirty work for you. Look at the open 3 on the other end by Hilton is no good. Rebound was tipped around, but looks like we'll get a foul underneath. Is there a foul?
No, I think
he out of bounds.
Said it was out of bounds. I think Township guy was on the line when he tried to make a tip to save the ball.
Stays with Hempfield here as we're down to 38 seconds.
See if they go for one shot, or they'll take a good one. If they have a good one, I think they'll take it.
That one's going to go right in the hands of Miller. Miller one-on-one. Good defense by Hessinger, and then he gets it off to Mann. It's tipped from behind by Axe and out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Hempfield. Great play, recovery by Axe, and then just off the fingertips of Mann with 23 seconds to go in the quarter.
I had a good look at that one, and the Black Knights got away with the foul that time.
Down to 17 now. Hilton. Elsinger, who's lived on that corner, is fouled on the drive.
Well, Mickey Stokes tried to make a steal, and he gave Elsinger a drive to the basket.
That'll be the first team foul on Township. That'll be on Oldock. That's his first.
Now let's see if Hempfield can execute their out-of-bounds play and get something here with 12 seconds to go.
Axe down to 10.
We got Sears posting inside.
A move by Sears using the window and scoring his second field goal of the first quarter. Township's going to have to hustle. Oldock at the buzzer, double clutch, and it is off to the side there. So 11-10, Manheim Township with the lead over Hempfield here after 1 quarter of play, about what we expected between these two here tonight. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the PA Army National Guard. For more information about how to attend college full-time tuition free and serve in the Army National Guard part-time, contact Sergeant First Class Stephen Smith of Team Lancaster at 484-889-8519. Tonight's game also brought to you by Susquehanna Tackle. Everything for fishing. Susquehanna Tackle features low prices, fast delivery, expert knowledge. Free shipping on orders over $50 this weekend. Bass Fest. Call 1-800-814-7433. So after 1 quarter of play, it is 11-10 Manheim Township. And foul situation, 4 for Hempfield, 1 for Township. But it's been the post play, the three-point shooting for Hempfield, and then on the other end, Township's just kind of strung it together, and they got a 3-point lead.
Yeah, that move by Daniel Sears showing the left hand is big for him because he made one with the right going right. Now he came back to the left, so he'll keep him guessing down there. But I think Township's going to continue to attack, try to attack the paint.
So it'll be the starting 5s for each. Actually, we got JT Weaver, I beg your pardon, he's in there for Township. So they take Hart's out, and Weaver will go here in the second. Again, not sure exactly what the situation with Dan Angle is. Not that we're going to harp on it, but he was given to us as a starter, and then Hart's got the nod tonight. And Weaver is the first guy off the bench for Matt Johns here tonight.
Well, Weaver's a sophomore that's been getting more and more playing time as the season's going on.
Oldock, 3-pointer off the mark, and that one's tipped around by Weaver. Right in the hands of Mickey Stokes, though. They show that athleticism as Stokes drives. Can't get the roll, though.
That was a tough roll because he made a nice move to put that up.
Hessinger, who was scoreless in that first quarter, has it here.
Little shuffle cut. Here comes the ball screen. Township's going to trap the ball screen. They get it out of the trap.
There's that wide open 3 off the mark, though. Weaver's going to pull in the rebound. Ahead it goes Oldock. Oldock crisscrossing the paint out to Mann. Thought about the 3 for a moment.
Thought about it.
Does not have one this season. Just going to go ahead and guess there might be a reason why. He's got it again up top. They go back inside Oldock. Lost the handle. Good defense that time by Sears and also Hilton. Elsinger all the way to the rack, and he is fouled. And the second team foul on Township, and a shooting foul here for Elsinger coming up. He's a 60% free throw shooter in the season. That's on Mann, so that's his first. First free throw attempts tonight for Hempfield. On the way of Connor Elsinger. He had 17 against CD East earlier this season. Can't connect on the first. Now he's an interesting study though for this Hempfield team because as the season goes on and all these guys start to kind of figure out their role, he has actually averaged just over 8 points the last 3 games. And might not seem like a lot when you're 4-9 and you're trying to search for some consistency. He's starting to show that for you.
He's a scoring threat out there. And that time he drove it to the basket because he's mostly a spot-up shooter, but driving to the basket, they got to the foul line. Now Hempfield scored on the fast break that time, so they've scored a couple times running the fast break tonight, so that's good for them. It takes a little pressure off their half-court offense.
Edmond Greene, the 6'4 junior, is in the game. And Hart's all the way. No, that's another missed, almost point-blank layup there. I know Hart's was running, but that's the 3rd or 4th they've missed here.
They missed a couple of those. Now, Hempfield has 2 big guys in there right now. So they'll play some double post, some high-low, some double post low.
There's Edmond Greene, off-balance jumper. Can't get the roll. Stokes the rebound. Oldock with it. We're tied at 11 here with 6:13 to play in the first half. Odak on the drive, tough take, can't connect again. And that
Odak's
pass.
drives are, they're up to scale on degree of difficulty. I mean, he's taken it to the hole, but his body's a little off balance, and the referees are not bailing him out on the foul line.
Sam Bennett's in the game for Hempfield, number 11. Entry pass, Seifert, pinned up on the baseline. Good defense by Axe again. And we got a travel called on Hilton. So that'll turn it back over to Township here with 5:45 to play in the half. Dan Engel is going to check in for Manheim Township.
Yeah. Well, Danny's letting Rick Hartle, he's giving him a, asking him why was that a travel.
Engel with it, now Odak.
It's interesting, Hempfield will match up with Odak with a smaller player. That's what they've been doing most of the night.
Drive again. Odak is hammered by Bennett. That'll be his first and the team 5th on Hempfield here in the first half. So that'll send Odak back to the line where tonight he is 2 for 3. And 68% free throw shooter on the season. He's one of the higher of guys who have attempted multiple free throws here as he hits the first one. Seth Miller is back in for Manheim Township. Odak with one more, and he's good. Hit 3 free throws in a row here after missing his first one. He's got 6 points.
Yeah, he'll keep that foul shooting percentage coming up because he's just getting in the flow, getting to the basket a lot now, and he'll make shots as the season goes on. He'll end up being 75% shooter probably.
Now, Township's going to need that type of production, though. Again, 7-6. Stokes steps in front of that one and knocks it away. But just one of these bubble teams, and there's very little room for error here coming up the rest of the way for Manheim Township at 7-6.
Now, if they want to make the district, this is you hate to say it, but it's a must-win for them.
And they're locked up in a battle here as they go inside to Edmond Greene. Good move off the glass, and he scores.
And see, Edmond Greene has come a long way this year on developing a post game. That time he sealed his guy off real well. It was a nice entry pass, and he finished it with strength.
Stokes, deep 3, no. And Sears the rebound.
And I think Hempfield feared Stokes more at the basket than they do at the three-point line.
He's got 10 made threes this season. This is a team as they turn it over again to Hempfield. Nice move by Miller. Odak now. And he goes to the floor, keeps it alive, and will call a timeout. So they'll get the timeout call. It's going to be a 30-second timeout called by Matt Johns. Tonight's broadcast. And we thank all of our sponsors here tonight by Dan Taylor Family Law. Is your will, durable power of attorney, and living will up to date? If not, you should see LL Hoop sponsor Daniel K. Taylor. Dan can be reached at 717-945-6212 or see his ad on our website. He can initially speak to you over the phone or meet at his Lancaster office. His home appointments are available for the disabled. H&L Team Sales provide uniforms, team shops, and other clothing and equipment to schools and teams throughout the LL, York, and Berks regions. Contact H&L at 717-392-3010 or online at www.hlteamsales.com. Eric Thomas and Warren Goodling with you here tonight at Manheim Township High School. It's 13 apiece as we're almost halfway through the second quarter here. Township has the ball out of the timeout. Odak now straight away, three-pointer is good. He knocks it down.
Well, that's the part of his game that his first couple years in varsity he could do, and that's the first look at that tonight.
Bennett with it now out to Sears. Hilton. You know, the one thing about this Township team, too, and we talked a little bit about this earlier in the season, guys having to figure out their role. I mean, there's so much offense gone from a season ago that it's taken these guys, and we've seen Odak now as Axe's jumper on the way is off the mark. But Odak's a guy, again, 35-point game, 28-point game. He really has started to round into the number one threat for this Township team. He's on the drive again. He's going to use the window this time and can't connect. Stokes a strong rebound, though.
Yeah, he's having trouble finishing. And
Going to pick up his second foul.
Well,
there.
he's taken it into traffic, and his degree of difficulty is very hard. So if they would work that ball around a little bit, and he'll get it maybe later in the possession, he won't have so much help on him. But right now he's going 1-on-2, 1-on-3, and he just got called for the charge doing that.
And Matt Johns is going to pull him out here. So it's Engel and Hartz along with Mann, Miller, and Stokes for Township. 2 fouls here for Odock. We'll keep an eye on that as Hempfield goes right inside to Sears and he's fouled.
Yep, Sears is doing a nice job of establishing himself down low. Now let's see if he can make these foul shots. He's struggled a little bit from the foul line this year. See if he has the confidence to go up there and knock these down.
Foul was on Stokes. That's his first, but that is the team 4th. That one hit the top of the backboard, so they're going to wave it off, even though it got the carom. So
okay.
Matt Hessinger's back in for Hempfield, too. Second one by Sears, way off the mark, and Township pulls in the rebound. It's a 3-point lead for the home team here with Miller in control. Now they go to Mann. Nice little give and go with Miller.
Now let's see what Township does without Odock in there.
Jumper by Mann on the way is off the mark. Got his own board. Out to Stokes. His dead-eye 3 is off the mark as well. Sears trying to save that one, but he's going to save it right to his own bench. And that'll stay with Township here as we hit 2:38 to go in the half.
Unfortunate bounce that time for Hempfield because they had the rebound.
Elsinger is going to come back in for Hempfield. Sears will take a seat.
Yep.
Danny Walk in his 10th season, 333 wins, 257 losses. A guy you know pretty well.
Yeah. Coached against him, coached with him, coached his son. All good.
Jump ball, and the arrow is going to favor Hempfield here with 2:31 to go in the half. You were telling me before the tip-off here tonight, too. You know a lot of guys on the other bench, too.
Yeah. A lot of wins sitting over there for the Black Knights with Ryan Butt and Jordan Stewart and Zach Sheets sitting over there. A lot of wins and a lot of great memories.
2:20
coaching
to go.
those guys.
Yep. 2:20 to go here in the half. Hilton gets a look at 3. That's off the mark.
That was a set play, and he had a pretty good look at it.
Job by Miller that time to get the hand up.
Yeah, Hempfield's defense has been very good tonight, especially in the paint. They've not given up a lot of layups.
Pull up by Angle. The man will kick it right back out to Hartz, and he'll knock down the 3.
Well, that's the biggest fear on an offensive rebound is finding somebody open for a 3-ball, and that's what Township did.
Pass Bennett and try to go back door that time, and Elsinger's camping out in the corner. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Hempfield here with 1:42 to go in the half.
This is the big 142 for Hempfield because they've got to try to close this gap. They can't let it get any higher than this.
Hessinger off the inbound. That one's taken away. Stokes and now Angle. Bounce pass up ahead to Mann. Man, nice defense by Edmond Greene.
Yep. Edmond Greene did a nice job on that.
Hartz and now Mann. It's picked off by Hilton. Running all the way. Will lay it up and in.
It's a big play by Hilton.
Finally on the board here tonight. His first points. It's down to 4. Manheim leads at 19-15.
That was a nice play because they were at a point of they had a chance of going down 8, and he made a tough play. That's a good defense again.
Yeah, great job by Edmond Greene that time on Mann once again. Mann looked a little unsure there that time if he wanted to take that
Well, he wasn't
shot.
real hesitant. I mean, he was hesitated on that. You say, well, I'll shoot it. Probably wasn't the best shot selection. He probably needs to get a little bit closer to the basket where he can use his strength.
Under a minute to go now, down to around 40 seconds. It's been a low scoring but pretty well played first half here. This is about what you can expect between these two.
Both teams are, playing good defense. They know each other. And basket's going to be hard to come by.
25 seconds to go now. It's a 4-point lead for Township. Hempfield will hold here for the final shot, presumably of the half. They'd love to cut this down to 1 going to the locker room. A little bit of momentum.
They'll take cutting it to 2. They'll take. They're going to run a play here. They're going to get a.
And we're going to get a blocking foul called on Township. It's going to be on Miller. That'll be his first and the team 5th. With 5 seconds to go, Connor Axe.
Okay, now
comes back in.
Hempfield's very good on out-of-bounds plays. Danny does a great job of having his kids understand where the ball goes.
5.5. Axe gets it. Pull up 3 off balance. Gonna miss, and Engel's gonna fire it the other way at the buzzer. And that is how the half will end. So it's a low-scoring first half. Just 13 combined points there in the second. But Manheim Township has a 19-15 lead here at the half. And we will take a timeout. And when we come back, we'll run down the first half stats. Coach and I will give you a little bit of what's what with the section race right now and maybe a little bit of District 3 talk as well. It's 19-15, Manheim Township leads Hempfield here. You're watching live coverage of high school basketball at LLHoops.com. Back here at halftime at Manheim Township High School, Eric Thomas and Warren Goodling with you. Manheim Township has a 4-point lead at the half over Hempfield. And take a look at the statistics here in the first half. For Township, we'll start first. Zach Holdock was great, 9 points to lead Manheim Township in that first half. And, no surprise. I mean, he's been their leading scorer pretty much the entire season outside of one game. So
yeah, he's been very aggressive, aggressive, going to the basket.
Needs to finish a little bit more. We talked a little bit there in the second quarter about their finishing.
He's trying to get on the foul line, and so far that hasn't really worked too good.
For Hempfield, Connor Elslinger is their leading scorer with 7 right now, and 4 for Daniel Sears. Ryan Hilton's been quiet. You've talked a lot about the defense in the first half. What's Manheim Township doing against him and really limiting his opportunities here?
Well, they're keeping him from going to the basket, and they're contesting his jump shot. So they definitely are well aware of where he's at, and they're trying to keep him from driving.
Good defense by both teams, really, in the first half. We've seen a lot of defense in the paint by Hempfield. There's been a lot of missed opportunities inside by Odock, by Ben Mann. Mickey Stokes has had a couple of shots blocked. So it's been the interior defense for Hempfield. It's been a lot of the perimeter defense for Manheim Township in that first half.
Daniel Sears and Davon Edmond Greene are providing some little more size in there for Hempfield, and that's caused a little problem down there in the paint for Manheim Township.
Our next broadcast of LL Hoops here on LLHoops.com is going to come your way next Thursday night. It is Lancaster Country Day in Columbia. Columbia's got a huge non-conference game tonight with Trinity, so just make sure you check your local scores for that one after that's over. The following week on Tuesday night, we have Warwick and E-Town. That's going to be a pretty good game that could go a long way to determining Section 2 in the LL race.
Yeah, absolutely, and disregard the first game because this will be a really good game.
That should be a great game coming up. That'll be again on the 21st, and then later that week we have Octorara and Lancaster Catholic on Friday of that week too. So a big week coming up, and then a bigger week coming up after that. And then we'll be right back here on Valentine's Day weekend when the LL finals are right here at Manheim Township High School. We'll have both the girls and the boys final. And listen, the way these section races are showing right now, I mean, you've got Crest and McCaskey here in Section 1. Those two are going to meet up a little bit later on at the end of the month. We're going to have that game for you too. Section 2, Warwick and E-Town. You've got Lancaster Catholics hanging around, Mennonites hanging around, Lancaster Country Day. We'll see if they get on track. Columbia's been great. I mean, this is going to be one heck of a last couple of weeks here. It's
wide open. There's a lot of teams that could win the league title this year. I don't think you have the overwhelming favorite, although people are keeping their eye on McCaskey right now.
You said earlier in the season that they're the X factor, so we'll see if that holds true. They've got a couple of big games coming up in the next few weeks, and we'll see, and obviously the big one at the end of January with Cedar Crest and McCaskey might determine Section 1, might determine a top seed in the District 3 tournament. Who knows? These two teams that we see here tonight are on the underbelly of the District 3 6A tournament right now, as they've got a lot of work to do. What does Township have to do here in the second half to hold on to this 4-point lead and win this game?
I think they got to finish at the basket. In the first half, they had opportunities at the basket that they did not finish, whether it was a guard driving in or a big guy getting. So if they're going to go inside, they've got to finish. And for Hempfield, they just got to come down and get good shots and be confident shooting the basketball.
Rebound edge, Township in the first half, 14-9. Turnovers, it was 7-4 in favor of Township. So Township had less that time, and then Hempfield had 3 blocks in that first half too. So
Hempfield would have liked to eliminate some of those turnovers to guarantee him a shot every time.
Team swap ends here. It's the starting fives back out for each side as Mann's going to take the three and knock it down. Ben Mann.
Well, that's something you don't prepare for in the game plan, I can tell you that. But man, the first time he had it down here in the first half, he looked at it, and we thought he was going to shoot it. He shot that one with confidence.
Step back three by Elslinger is off the mark, and Mann the rebound. That's Mann's first made three of the season. Lob down to Stokes off the window and in. And right away, Danny Walk's seen enough. He's going to call a timeout here with just 7:18 to go here in the third. As a quick 5-0 spurt by Township has extended that lead to 24-15.
Well, that was a quick shot for Hempfield right here. Not that I don't want Elslinger to shoot. We do want Elslinger to shoot. Get one where he doesn't have to put the ball on the floor.
Tonight's game brought to you by LA Elite. Tryouts for the LA Elite Spring 2020 AU basketball season will be held on February 22nd and March 8th, 2020. For more information and tryout registration, please visit www.laelit3.org or call Matt Overball at 484-354-5631. Big thanks to all of our sponsors here tonight on LLHoops.com. And a big thanks to Louis Galan, our producer here tonight, Del Jackson with LL Hoops, Bruce Badgley's live tweeting this game, Nick Fucci, our camera operator. Whole crew here tonight. Eric Thomas and Warren Goodling with you here, calling the action for us. Hilton will have that for Hempfield. What did Danny Walk tell his team during that timeout?
He told them to play our game, okay? Number one, you can't give up a layup on a fast break. That was number one. Number two, play our game on offense.
Axe jumper, yes.
And there is their game. You have a shooter coming off a down screen. That was a great possession coming out of the timeout for Coach Walk's team.
Hilton and Axe have just 4 combined points here tonight. They're the two of the leading scorers. Hilton is the leading scorer in this team for Hempfield. Rock now Miller. Mann. Stokes gets a touchdown at 6.5 to go. Miller, a nice drive inside the man. He'll kick it back out to Stokes. He's not going to be shy about shooting a three, but he drives his time. The window and the foul for Stokes.
Gave a nice little shot fake and then got the defender up in the air and took it to the rack. And that's what Hempfield's concerned about with him, is his ability to drive the ball to the basket.
That's Connor Elslinger's second foul. Stokes will, I beg your pardon, that foul was on Axe. That is his first. Team first, and Stokes made the free throw. 27-17, biggest lead for Township here at 10. Hessinger, the floater is going to fall.
Yeah, really nice shot there by Hessinger. That's 2 really good possessions on offense now. And now Hempfield's going to go to their 1-2-2 half-court trap.
Hartz, Odak now. Tough drive, reverses, and scores.
And that's what he's going to do. He's going to get the ball in the middle, and he's going to drive the gap. And I'm sure Township has worked on this.
11 for Odak now. To lead everybody here as Hessinger has an open look at 3. Kisses in front of the rim. Hilton a rebound.
Big time rebound by Hilton that time.
He was pinned up with 3 defenders, so he has to kick it out.
It's a big possession for Hempfield here. You got to keep it under 10.
Hessinger and now Hilton. Those 3 guards. Axe, Hessinger, and Hilton just combined 6 points here tonight. Hilton spins on Stokes, hangs, and scores.
Again, another good offensive possession by Hempfield, and they've had a number of them now. Now they need to get a stop to get really back in this game.
Lead is 8. Odak in the paint.
Good interior defense by Daniel Sears.
And we've seen that all night, that interior defense by Hempfield.
No, they've done a nice job, those two, Daniel Sears and Edmond Greene.
Yeah, they'll throw that one away, though.
Oh, that's a turnover you just can't have.
Elslinger was the intended man that time, and Sears just a little too aggressive on the pass. It's an 8-point lead for Township here. It's not a 4:45 to go in the third.
They're going to force Township to play against this half-court trap because it takes them out of their man-to-man offense.
Miller, open look at 3. No. Hart's the rebound. Stokes, a touch pass. Nice move by Odak. Off balance, but he can't connect. keep it alive as Miller has it.
Again, Sears is causing the problem in there. And Odak just didn't shoot that at the top of his jump that time. He was a little flat getting off the floor.
Odak spins out of that one. Hart's jumper.
Yep, and there it worked. The half-court trap got to stop. Wasn't easy, but they got to stop.
Hilton, Elsinger, open jumper from the baseline, got it.
Yep. That's the third time Stokes has. That's the third time Stokes has tried for a steal and hasn't gotten any of them.
Elsinger's got some blood, it looks like, so he's going to come out, and then we're going to bring in Edmond Greene here as we'll resume play. No timeout called there as Elsinger's going to get a look here on the sideline.
Hempfield's right back in the game. And Township's. Okay, now Hempfield's gone back to the man-to-man. They switched their defense again.
Hart's with it. And now Miller. Stokes. Odak and Ben Man.
See, they want Odak down low against Hilton.
Oh,
and there's Sears again.
Yep, Sears again. Boy, that post defense up ahead. Greene lays it up and in.
Yep, and there again. Good defensive possession, and it's nice to see the Black Knights run the fast break and get a layup.
Down to 4.
Yeah, they're right back in it.
So we hit the 3-minute mark. Now under 3 minutes to go here in the third. Now they post up man, lost the handle, keeps it alive. Odak now. Miller. Stokes hangs and he scores again. Mickey Stokes off the window again.
Yeah. Mickey Stokes had the quickness advantage that time on that matchup 1-to-1, and he took advantage of it. And that's smart basketball right there. Ryan Hilton's doing a nice job on Odak, guarding down here on defense. And Sears has played very well on both ends of the floor tonight.
Fouls on Edmond Greene. That's his first. That is the team's second on Hempfield. Stokes is perfect from the line tonight. I misspoke earlier. That was Connor Axe who picked up that second foul for, or Elsinger who picked up that second foul for Hempfield. I said Axe. They had the number had not posted on the board yet. So keep that in mind as Elsinger's got 2 fouls here. 225, not really in any danger foul-wise anyway, but
not right now.
And Odak both have 2 as Hilton's going to fire, and he finally gets one from deep.
Good. Again, Hempfield's doing a great job executing right now.
It's down to a 4-point lead for Township as we hit 2:10 to go in the third. Stokes, and now Hart's. I'll go back to man. They try to post up Odak, and then Axe steps right in the middle and picks it off. These guards for Hempfield got to get going here. They're going to come back, and there we go again as Hilton misfires. Rebound Sears. Hilton hanging between the trees. Can't connect, and Edmond Greene is going to tip it back in.
Yep, that was a big-time tip-in.
The Black Knights get off the mat here, down by 10 in this quarter. They've cut it to 2.
Well, that was just a big-time tip-in. Good defense by Axe.
They'll pick it off again.
You got to run the fast break, see what they got.
They can tie or take the lead here. Edmond Greene at the foul line. Spins around man, but he can't connect. And the rebound. Hart's. 1:10 to go in the quarter. It's a 2-point lead for Township. Again, they led this by 10 just about 5 minutes ago.
Well, Hempfield's showing a lot of nice offensive stuff going on right now. And they're playing good D.
Deep 3 that time out of the corner by Weaver is no good.
Yeah.
Again, Hempfield can tie or take the lead here with under a minute to go.
And they're playing with confidence, and their offense is clicking right now.
Isn't it amazing how that offense starts to click after that timeout when they get the 5-point run? Yeah, well, Danny Walkoff's timeout, and all of a sudden everything's great.
He's an experienced coach. He knows what he's doing. He just told his team, hey, play our game. That's exactly what they did to get back in it.
Stokes picks that one off. Odak now with 25 seconds to go. Township can hold for the final shot if they wish.
Well,
Weaver will pull up and get the
that's
roll
a big
home.
shot. Now Hempfield gets 2 possessions in a row. They got this shot, and they get the ball to start the fourth quarter. So if they can get something here, they could get a lot of momentum.
A hustle. Bennett hands it off to Axe down to 4 seconds. Axe pull up 3. That looked like it might have been partially tipped. It's going to go out of bounds, but time will expire. So a furious rally by Hempfield to counteract what was a runaway by Manheim in the third, and it's a 4-point lead for Township as we will go to the fourth quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Nationwide Insurance. Parents, if you have children who are driving or getting ready to drive, Nationwide is here to help. Call the Stephen Edward Lewis Agency in Millersville to find out how they keep your costs low and help teach your children how to drive safer with the Nationwide Smart Ride program. This program includes accident forgiveness, so if your new driver does have an accident, you won't lose your insurance or suffer an expensive rate surcharge. Please contact the Stephen Edward Lewis Agency for additional information, 717-872-2466. And a big thanks to all of our sponsors here tonight, bringing you the action here from Manheim Township High School. We'll be back on the air next week, as we mentioned at the half, when we bring you the Columbia-Lancaster Country Day matchup next Thursday night. That is going to be a really interesting matchup. LCD, last year's district champs, Columbia has been sensational this season. And that building, I'm sure, is going to be rocking with Columbia faithful, as Columbia's got a big game tonight with Trinity. Trinity, interestingly enough, lost back-to-back games to Bishop McDevitt and Steele High last weekend and then earlier this week. So wasn't a narrow loss to McDevitt, but a 2-point loss to Steele High. Those two hook up tonight. They're longtime district playoff rivals. They have met a handful of times over the years, as Hempfield has it here to start the fourth. So then next Thursday it'll be Columbia and Lancaster Country Day, and we'll be on the air around 7:25 with that one. As Hempfield will start things here in the fourth, and Hilton will misfire. The rebound is controlled by Seifert, and here comes Oldock. Up ahead it goes to Stokes. Stokes got hammered, no call. Kept alive, and then turned right back over to Hempfield. So the Black Knights can cut it to 1. Hilton drives, hangs, and he'll score. They cut it to 2 that time, and Hilton's starting to heat up here in this second half.
He's playing with confidence. He's not being hesitant. He saw a little gap and he took it to the rack. He made a jump shot or two, so they got to respect that. But the fact that he had the confidence to drive in there to his strong side.
Hartz, and now Weaver. Stokes, under 7 to go. Stokes drives, and Hartz will kick it to the corner. And moves out of bounds back to Hempfield. So again, here's Hempfield with 6:53 to play and a chance to tie or take the lead again.
No, Hempfield's playing very well in the second half. They found a little chemistry here right now. Okay, they got the 2 big guys in. They got Hilton playing some point guard, which keeps the ball in his hands. Bennett's the driver and the penetrator.
Sears can't connect on the bunny, gets the own rebound, uses the window and ties it up.
But nice play by Bennett. Dropped the ball down to Sears on the penetration. You know, Bennett's not out there looking for his shot. He's looking to
Stokes again.
Help the team run the offense. Stokes he's a factor right now because he's driving it to the basket.
He is.
He's been the bright spot for Township this second half
he really
on
has.
Offense.
Yep, 12 points here tonight for Mickey Stokes. 3 above his average for the season. We're down to 6 minutes to go, and again, Hempfield can tie or take the lead here. Hilton and Axe. This is the guy that I think if they could get to play with a little bit more confidence here late in this game, Axe.
Well, if they keep scoring inside, they'll maybe they'll get some help and he'll get a shot off.
Hilton and Bennett. Good possession here, too, by Hempfield. Waste a little clock.
Comes a little high ball screen by Bennett. He's going to drive in there and dump it.
Bennett
he finished it.
Yep,
he
sure
finished
did.
it.
First 2 points of the night for Bennett, and we're tied at 36 again.
He can get to the basket.
Stokes. Oldock now.
And Township's a team that's a little out of sorts on offense. See if they make that shot. Nope.
Seifert's 3 off the mark.
And I think Hempfield's very comfortable right now with what they're doing.
Under 5 to go, tied at 36. Critical game here for Township, even more so with Hempfield.
You know, Hempfield, they're playing each game now like a one-game season.
Edmond Greene's shot is tipped. Here comes Weaver. Blocked out of there by Edmond Greene. And Hilton will keep it alive for Hempfield.
Yep.
Hilton drives off the window and he scores again.
Yep.
Hempfield back in front by 2 with 4:20 to go.
But Edmond Greene has been a presence tonight.
Matt Johns is going to call a 60-second timeout here with 4:18 to play. They still got 3 timeouts left. Tonight's game brought to you by Pat Klein from State Farm. Special thanks to Pat Klein of State Farm for sponsoring LL Hoops Live streaming. Give Pat a call for all your insurance needs at 717-284-3107. Pat is based in Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Eric Thomas and Warren Goodling with you here tonight from Manheim Township High School. It's a 2-point lead for Hempfield with 4:18 to play. This again, go back to the early part of the third quarter. 5-point spurt for Township. Danny Walk calls a timeout, shores his team up. They start to play a little bit better. It gets to a 10-point lead. They battle all the way back from that, and then I got a 2-point lead here with 4:18 to play.
Now the timeout was huge because, you know, Danny corrected 2 things. All right, fellas, we got to get back and play defense. And number 2, let's run our stuff on offense, and that's what they're doing.
So Manheim team we mentioned that came into tonight, 70 made 3-pointers, averaging 57 a game, 57 points a game. Little less for Hempfield as far as points per game at 44. They have been involved, Hempfield has, in 4 games decided by 5 or fewer points this season. They're 2-3 in those games.
They could easily be 9-4, believe me. And they have 4 juniors out there in the court right now that are making this comeback, and that's positive news for the Black Knights.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me before we went on the air tonight about their youth. Oldhawk off the window scores again.
That time Odock got the ball a little bit deeper to use his body. He didn't have to take so many dribbles to get where he wanted to go.
3:50 to play. Ben Man steps in front of that one. And we'll turn it over. Township can retake the lead here on this possession.
This is a big possession for Hempfield on defense because they don't want to go down here and then feel the pressure. And there you get the possession by Axe.
Axe racing ahead of the pack, waits. High arcing, and he gets the roll. And the foul.
Yep.
So Axe will go to the line to shoot 1. 3-point play opportunity with 3:31 to go in the contest, and Hempfield is back in front.
Tremendous effort by Axe on both ends of the floor. The defense was outstanding. There's just a young man that wants to win the game tonight.
Foul is on Hartz. Axe, the free throw attempt is no good. That, by the way, is just the first team foul on Township in the second half as Miller drives. Hart's trying to make amends for that foul. It is off the mark, and Edmond Greene the rebound. Hempfield's got a long way to go to battle their way back in the playoff race. This feels like a playoff game here tonight.
You know, it always is when you play Township. Believe me, if Hempfield beats Township tonight, it'll feel like they won a playoff game just because of the rivalry.
Post game tonight, we'll talk to the winning coach and our player of the game as Ben Man swats that one out of there. Bennett on the layup attempt. Miller has it now. Up ahead to Odock as Township can tie or take the lead here with 2:50 to play. Miller and now Stokes. Odock thought about the 3 for a second. He'll drive. Odock swatted out of there. That might be goaltending. That is going to be goaltending on Edmond Greene. So count the basket for Odock. He's got 15 now. We're tied at 40 with 2:36 to play. Right call that time, no question.
Yeah, it was the right call. But Edmond Greene, he's gotten them thinking about going to the basket.
I mean, you saw that slight hesitation by Odock there, too, thinking maybe about the 3 when he first got the ball. He went right at Edmond Greene, who has been a stud defensively for Hempfield here, really in the second half.
Yeah, he's played very well.
2:13. Hilton drives, got hammered that time.
Yep.
And he'll go to the line to shoot a pair with 2:10 to play. That's just the second team foul on Township. That should be on Ben Man. And it will be on Man. That'll be his second. Foul situation. No real danger for either side.
No danger at all.
Yeah, Old Ock's got 2, Mann's got 2, Elslinger's got 2 for Hempfield as Hilton will make the first. He's got 12 now. Had just 2 points at the half, so his second half has been...
He's been outstanding the second half. He's played good
tremendous.
defense. He's picked up, he's helped the scoring. He's played within the team concept to get his shots. His teammates have looked for him.
2-point lead for the Black Knights. Under 2 minutes to go.
Yep.
Pass lobbed underneath by Mann is out of bounds, and Hempfield will get it back.
And now Hempfield's going to have to take care of the ball and not turn the ball over, get a layup.
Bennett. Hempfield's going to pull it back here, make Manheim play a little bit of defense here with
They're going
1:50
to make
to
him
go.
play D.
They bring Stokes out on Hilton. We talked about Township's free throw shooting. You also said about what if it comes down to that. I mean, Hempfield's going to get tested here. They're a 59% free throw shooting team coming into play tonight, but so far they've been pretty good here at the line this evening.
Now
Foul's going to be on Miller. That'll be the third team foul on Township.
Hempfield's really played with confidence after that timeout. And I think they found some chemistry with their lineup right now and their roles.
And Bennett will have to burn a
Good
timeout
decision
here.
by Bennett.
Yep. It's going to be a 30-second timeout here called by Hempfield. Oh, it's a full timeout, I beg your pardon, called by Hempfield.
I've been impressed with Hempfield. Their grit on defense here in the second half.
Docio Technology, locally owned office technology company with multiple service and sales locations throughout central Pennsylvania and Maryland, offering IT service and support, multifunction copiers, network printers, wide format printers, document management solutions to business and nonprofits of all sizes. Call John Ersman for more information at 717-419-7971. So 1:23 to go here in this one. Hempfield's got a 2-point lead. Timeout situation. Both teams have, well, Township's got 3 remaining and Hempfield's got 4 remaining. Again, Hempfield at 4-9. They were really trying to find a spark. Township sits just under 500. They are on the bubble as far as the District 3 tournament goes right now. They're 15th coming into play tonight. Top 12 qualify. This is a team that's had an up-and-down season. It really seems like the MO to beat Township is to hold them in check scoring-wise, because the 2 games we've seen them so far, and they've been limited with scoring, and they've lost they're lost one, and they're about to maybe lose another as Hilton can't connect, but the rebound's pulled down by Sears.
Big-time rebound by Sears.
Bennett has it up near half court.
Big-time rebound by Sears.
And a timeout called by Hempfield here with 1:05 to go. It's going to be a 30-second timeout charged to Danny Walk and Hempfield. And that was going to be my next point, is that you look at what Township has done this season. They were held to 26 points in the loss to Central York. They exploded against Exeter. They lost that game. They outscored Northeastern 43-27 in the second and third quarters on Wednesday night. When you've been able to limit them scoring-wise, and when it's been a lower-scoring game, they've had problems here this season.
Yeah, I mean, Hempfield's just playing good, solid, half-court, man-to-man. They threw in that 1-2-2 trap, and that got a couple stops, but it's been their man-to-man defense that has made them uncomfortable.
Another timeout for Hempfield. It's going to be Axe, Hilton, Sears, Edmond Greene. That's tipped out of the inbound area right there, and also Bennett. And for Township, it's going to be Mann, Stokes, Miller, Hartz, and Oldock.
Now, Bennett's a very good foul shooter. So is Axe, so is Hilton. And
that's exactly why they want it in Bennett's hands, is Hartz is going to pick up the foul, 4th team foul. So Township's got some work here to put Hempfield in the bonus. is going to be Seth Miller's third. 56 seconds to go. Risky pass as Mann steps in front of that one. That is going to be off of Hempfield and go back to Manheim with 54 seconds left. What a play by Ben Mann.
Yeah, Ben Mann made a really good, you can see why he's going to play Division I football. He made a great athletic play on that one.
Of course, everybody knows Mann's family tree now. Chuck Mercina's grandfather, legendary effort against the Dallas Cowboys in the Ice Bowl, was the fullback for Vince Lombardi's Packers,
yeah.
So it's in his family.
All right, see the out-of-bounds play here. If they have a good out-of-bounds play, they got to run it now.
Miller, 2-point lead for Hempfield. Nobody on man. Goes on Edmond Greene, reverses, and can't connect. Oldock fighting for it. Possession arrow is going to favor Township here with 36.8 seconds to play.
You had some big guys in there battling, man. And Edmond Greene, and it was physical down there.
Stokes, 35 seconds to go. Hart's gonna lob it inside Oldock for the tie, and Edmond Greene's gonna foul him. Had another great effort defensively, but a little too aggressive that time, and he'll pick up the foul, and Oldock will go to the line to shoot two to try to tie this up with 29 seconds to go. That is the second on Edmond Greene.
That's a big-time block right there. The ref, Brian Krause said he got him with the body. He was closer than we were.
Oldock, who has missed one tonight at the line, will have a chance here to tie it. 4 for 5, make it 5 for 6. That's 16 points here tonight.
This is going to be interesting to see if he makes this, if Township is going to pick up pressure or they're going to just try to play defense. All right, Danny takes a timeout. Good call.
It's going to be a full timeout called by
Hempfield.
They are down to 2 timeouts. They have a 60 and a 30. Township has a 30 and 2 60s left. Oldock's going to try one more. This is a guy who had 29 the other night against Northeastern. He's already got a 35-point night. This guy is red hot right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's a guy on Manheim's team you'd want the ball in his hands or at the free throw line.
This is the guy you want at the foul line right now. And he made the first one. Now he's got to come out and make the second one, which is not an easy thing to do after the timeout. So there's a lot going on in the huddle. It's like, okay, if he misses this shot, Township's got to go over the back. They got to get the rebound somehow. And if it's a tie game, Coach Walk's going to try to figure out what the last shot. The last shot's got to be get the ball to Hilton. Set him a ball screen, keep it wide, let him get to the rack.
Coming up after this one is done, we'll have our post-game show. We'll talk to we hope the winning head coach. We'll get the player of the game here. Coach and I will talk about who we think that might be. Get him over here for some comments after this one. It's 42-41. Oldock's got one more from the line. We got 29 seconds left, and we know that Hempfield's going to have at least one more crack at it here if Oldock is successful at the line. Second one is good.
Both of them were nothing but net. Now, Township's dropped back. They did not put any pressure on the ball, so they're trying to play for overtime. They did not come out and press. They're going to let Hempfield get the last shot.
Tied at 42, Bennett down to 15.
Obviously, they're going to try to get the ball to Hilton and let him go to work. And here he goes.
Down to 7. Down to 5. Hilton goes, throws one up off the window. It's not there, but Sears will put the rebound up and in at the buzzer. And Hempfield has come to Manheim Township and upset the Blue Streaks 44-42 on Daniel Sears' putback as time expired. What a game by Hempfield here tonight. As they were trailing by 10 in the third quarter, they get off the mat, they come back, they take the lead in the third, they play great second half basketball, and they put this one away 44-42. And we'll get Ryan Hilton over here as Hempfield goes to 5-9 overall. They're 4-3 in Section 1. Township falls to 500 at 7-7 and 2-5. in Section 1 play. We're going to get Ryan Hilton over here. Ryan Hilton had a great second half with 11 points in the second half. He had 2 at the half. I mean, what more do you say about that? It's been the post play for Hempfield in this game, but it was been defensively. Sears that time gets the rebound and puts it back up and in as time expires. We'll see here. Bruce or Dell's over there trying to get Danny Walk to get Ryan Hilton over here.
He'll come out then and let him go with his team now. But at the end of the game situation, he did his job. He got to the basket. He got the shot up. And then when you get penetration, you flatten the defense out, and Sears got the offensive rebound. Bingo, game over.
Second half for Hempfield. Again, they come out. Township goes on that quick 5-0 run. Danny Walk calls a timeout. You know, you're saying Walk's telling his guys, just play your game there, play your game. They go down by 10 after that, and they come back.
The first thing in the timeout was that really got him to get the timeout was the fast break. Township beat Hempfield down for a layup. So that's unacceptable. So he corrected that, said we got to play great half-court defense, which they did. They really found some chemistry on offense late in this game with the 2 bigs in the lineup at the same time.
We're waiting for Ryan Hilton to come out here. We'll get him here in a moment. Take a look at some of the final scoring numbers here. Hilton finishes the night with 13. 9 for Connor Elslinger. He got off to a hot start. He hit those 2 threes to start the game. We were going back and forth there in the first half, and then he kind of cooled off there.
Well, you can't play everybody, and I think the contributions that the 2 big guys made kept Elslinger a little bit on the bench late in the game, but he did a good job early to get the scoring started for them.
Davon Edmond Greene off the bench, 6 points. Daniel Sears finished with 8, including the 2 that you saw right there at the end of the game to end this thing. And it all adds up. Hempfield, a 44-42 winner here tonight. For Manheim Township, they were led in this game by Zach Oldock, who scored 17, and he was great at the end of the game. We saw him hit those 2 pressure free throws, including one after the timeout call by Danny Walk. So he steps up. They do everything right. Now take me through that closing possession there for Hempfield, because you had mentioned right off the jump that they didn't pressure full court.
Right.
Is that something that maybe they should have looked at doing right there?
Well, how much time was there?
About 25 seconds
25
left,
seconds. So my rule was always we're going to pressure. In that situation, we didn't want the other team to get the last shot, so we're going to pressure until like 12 seconds, and at 12 seconds we're going to play it straight. So we're going to try to get a steal, but it's easier said than done. But by falling back, it sort of guaranteed Hempfield was going to get the last shot, and that's what happened. But, you know, they would have been happy. Township would have been happy for overtime at that point, but it didn't work out for them.
Ryan Hilton's going to come over here along with Danny Walk, so I'll ask Coach to step aside here, and we'll get Ryan Hilton in here first. Yep. And Ryan, step on in here. Congratulations on a great win here tonight. And we got our Player of the Game T-shirt here. Dell Jackson presenting that to Ryan Hilton. Ryan, I mean, take me through your second half. 2 points at the half. You guys are down by 10 early in the third quarter. You get off the mat. First of all, I want to ask you, what did Coach Walk tell you during that timeout when he called it right away in the third quarter?
He was just telling me the whole time to stay strong and just look for my teammates, and then my offense would come. And my teammates helped me all night, and after that, we just came out with a win.
You guys come into this game, you're 4-9. How big is this win, though? I mean, I know you're scrapping to try to get back to 500 and give yourself a shot. You have a lot of big games ahead of you coming up here in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. What position does this put this team in here now as you get this big one on the road?
I mean, it's huge for our confidence to come back after Cedar Crest and get a big win. And we just keep fighting and keep coming back and keep staying strong, and we believe in everyone on our team.
Your second half, 11 of your 13 points in the second half. What got you going there in the second half?
My teammates just looking for me, just setting screens and looking for everyone on offense.
All right, congratulations on a great second half.
Thank you.
That's Ryan Hilton. He's our player of the game. We'll get Danny Walk in here, the head coach at Hempfield, here to get some comments here. He's over there talking to Coach Goodling right now. Yep, you can just put that right down. We'll get Coach Walk over here as soon as he is done. These two, I could tell you stories about these two, but they're longtime friends. Coach Walk, if you want to come on over here and grab that.
I got to do this?
You got to do this. Congratulations on a big win here tonight.
Thank Thank you very much.
What do you say about the play of your team in the second half? Because, again, just ask Ryan. Coach and I talked about this during the broadcast. You're down 10 at one point early in the third quarter. You called the timeout early in the third there when they went on that 5-0 run, but your team never lost any poise.
Well, we've been playing by the motto of together, but we added something to it after the Cedar Crest game, and we put the number 32 plus there. We need to be together for at least 32 minutes. Can't take any plays off. Can't let your teammate down. How do you make us better? And I think that was proven there in that stretch when it could have really went their way, that I reminded them in the huddle that, guess what? We're together for 32 minutes. We need to stop. We need to stop and get a make, and we're going to be okay.
Your guard play this season has done a lot of damage for opposing defenses. Your post play tonight, though, specifically when you brought in Edmond Greene, I mean, he was tremendous in the paint for you defensively. And then he comes up. Obviously, he gets the foul call there at the end. But, again, a good defensive play puts Olduck on the line. They're no sure thing at the line, so that's, percentages are in your favor at that point. But talk a little bit about the play of your post defense here tonight, because Sears and Edmond Greene, those guys were spectacular for you tonight.
Well, what they're finding out here, it's all a growth process. First of all, they're finding individual confidence, but then they're finding confidence in each other. And when you get that, you got a really good winning combination. The growth of those two guys since the start of the season to now has been fantastic. But you know what? This is one game. This is one game. We want to enjoy it tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. And then we got to go back to work.
What does this do for your team? I mean, you're playing a lot of underclassmen. There's a lot of promise with this team. Obviously, you can work on some things now, but, I mean, you still have to believe you have a shot. I mean, what does this do momentum-wise, do you think, for your team?
Well, like I said, it's one game, but it's going to give us a lot of confidence because we went in a tough place on the road, and we got to build upon that. However, we can't be satisfied. We can't be satisfied. We need to remember what happened in the past month. Remember it, but don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on it. They're not losses if we learned. If we didn't learn, then they're losses. But we're winning.
Excellent point.
We're winning.
Excellent point. Congratulations on a big win here
you.
tonight. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Danny Walk, the head coach at Hempfield. They win it here tonight 44-42 on a putback from Daniel Sears at the buzzer. And they get a big road win, down by 10 here, and then they come right back. They win that game with a strong second half. Ryan Hilton and the game-winning bucket by Daniel Sears. Hope you can go back and watch this game on YouTube, the archive for it, to see a great, great game. The next time we're on the air with you is next Thursday night. It's Columbia and Lancaster Country Day. We'll have that for you coming up at around 7:25 next Thursday night. That is a big one, and then the week after that, we got a pair for you. On Tuesday night, it'll be E-Town and Warwick in a huge Section 2 matchup that comes your way on January 21st. You want to make sure you don't miss that. I want to say big thanks to my partner, Warren Goodling, and also Del Jackson with LLHoops.com. Our producer tonight was Lewis Gallen, and operating the camera, Nick Fiucci, Roger Swirsky, the AD here at Manheim Township, the coaches, everybody here that helped put this together here tonight. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next Thursday night when we bring you Columbia and Lancaster Country Day. That'll do it for us here tonight. Final score for the final time. 44-42, Hempfield wins it. Daniel Sears a putback at the buzzer, and the Black Knights go to 5-9 and a much-needed road win. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you down the line. Have a great weekend. Take care, and bye-bye.